All right. I just want to get you started in Unity here. All right. So I'm assuming you have Unity installed. You have Unity Hub installed. So you should have something that looks like this. Your first step should be going to installs here. And I have a bunch of different versions, but this is where you're going to add your different versions of it with add. You can either add the latest one or go to download archive, and clicking any one of these Unity Hub things will automatically start installing it in here. But I'm going to assume you already have any version installed too. If you don't, you can probably pause this video. But back in projects, new, and then you can pick whatever version you want. I'm just pick the latest that I have. Don't worry about this too much right now. For now, you probably just want to make a 3D game to script in. But this is where you would pick your different render pipelines, like how you're going to process your game. Script tutorial, and I'll just save it to my desktop. Great. And it'll show a little splash screen. It'll take a minute, and it will open a project for you. Alright, so you should have something like this when it opens up, or something similar. I've kind of arranged my windows to a specific way. But you should have your scene viewport, as well as a game viewport. This would be what your game view would be when you're running it in your building scene here. Hierarchy, one of the most important things, and then your project. So yours probably looks something like this. Or something similar, whatever. An inspector is where we're going to view information about the selected object. So you want to write scripts for something. So we need something to write scripts about, or something to do. And my suggestion was a spinning cube, just so you can see how to like affect an object. So within project here, kind of like the actual asset folder of the whole game. Oop, that's not it. ScriptingTutorial. This is what it looks like on your desktop. What was created when we started the project. This is kind of like everything Unity uses to run. Inside here is everything that's within your project folder, essentially. You kind of want to just drag things in and out of Unity. You don't necessarily want to mess with things in the folders while it's running or something like that. Or like load it up afterwards or something. It might get kind of confused, but not all the times, but you can run into errors. So for like I said, I need something to edit. Right now I just have a camera to look through for the game, and obviously light all around us. So you can go up to game object at the top here, and then you have a various array of things you can make. You can also right click in the hierarchy. You get the same thing. So 3D object cube. Boom, we get a cube. You can focus on an object by clicking F. If you were like super far away and clicked F, you will look to it. So this is cool to make sure our camera can see it. I'm going to quickly kind of arrange the camera so it can. Maybe something like that. Not incredibly important. So we have this cube. So just like I made the cube in the scene here, it's not actually in my project. It's within the scene, sample scene we're in right now. If you save, you're saving the scene essentially. You can have objects within scenes without saving the objects externally, if that makes more sense. You can move things and make prefabs of stuff. That's something a little different, but yeah, so you shouldn't have to worry about that right now. But anyway, we have a cube. You can make it more interesting. Say in my assets here, I'll go back out to the top level, create, right click create, say material, I'll give it a color, say red. Change it to red. You can really easily like drag the material. There you go. just play around in the right-click menu and create. There's like lots of stuff you can make in here. But the thing we also want in here is C# script. Create C# script. And we're going to say cube spin. And now clicking this like doesn't give me anything. What we need to do is go to the cube. We can see this has a bunch of stuff on it already. It has a collider, the screen edging. It has a mesh renderer, allows us to see it, and the material that we gave it. So we need to add a component, and we need to add a script. You can either type the script name, and it'll show up there. You can add one. You can create a script from a component, like say I did this new script. I could have started it here, or you can just drag it onto it. So once it's on it, double click it. It should open in Visual Studio. All right, so there's two things here: void start and void update. Let me zoom in a little. Void start is when the game is technically initialized, and then update runs every frame. Every frame, or sometimes at a higher or lower number than that. And there are other things like this. There's like late update and stuff like that. Void awake. But for right now, this is what you start with. Shouldn't have to really worry about anything else. So what we want to do is we want to get this cube here to spin horizontally here, so we can see it spinning left and right, or I guess just left. So we want to affect its rotation here under its transform. Once I have it selected in the inspector, transform is the first thing. Everything has a transform, everything exists. We want to rotate it on the Y, which is the up and down here. You see this little gizmo gadget here. I'm not going to super explain this probably that great, but if we were to write something like transform dot rotate, it would take 3 values. There'd be an x, a y, x angle, y, I don't know what that is. There'd be an x, y, and a z essentially. So we can say 0, we don't want it to rotate at all on x. We can say 5, and then 0 again for the z. When you save this, file save, control C, whatever, go back to Unity, you'll see it compiling down here a little bit. You make it a little spinning thing. Once that's done, it's all compiled, and you'll see the little asterisk. We have new changes. If I were to press play now, well, that's really fast, but you see it happening every second. Transform, rotate. That's basically how you affect things, how you can test different things out. Right here I can disable the script, play again, not doing anything. So I can add new scripts and call this, I don't know, move. So move is already attached. Double clicking it opens it. It's a new script on it. I'm ready to start writing something.